Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA-TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
All right, hey everybody, it's Monday.
I'm so glad you're back.
Oh, it's so nice to be back. I missed you.
Every time you're gone, I miss you.
Well, I just found out you're going to be off coming up.
Well,
I did not approve this.
It's, our usual spring break voyage when we drive down to Florida and we come back like we were basically worked 3 jobs.
Because you're so exhausted from the entire trip with the kids.
Yes.
All right. I will just point out, you may notice something different about Heather, and we're going to talk about that coming up. You look fabulous.
Thank you very much. So do you. I texted you and I was like, we're going to be twins on Monday.
Because you used to have really short hair.
Right.
And we really did. We took one picture together, and it's like a picture where we're twins.
Oh my gosh. Hey, if you were paying attention over the weekend, you know that it was the big selection Sunday yesterday. But for us, with the NCAA tournament going on, we decided to take this to a different level.
Yeah, we're not dealing with basketball. We are dealing with chicken wings. We are serious. So a couple of weeks ago, we told you, let us know your favorite places.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be our competitive crossover bracket this year. So it's PTL versus Talk Pittsburgh. And this year the theme is wings. And we asked you for your votes.
Oh my gosh.
We got thousands of them.
Yeah, we got so many suggestions, and so we want to get to it. Drum roll, please. We have the Soxy 16 selection here, and we're going to go through them. Matchup number 1, Bar 48 in Elizabeth against Wiggy's Restaurant in the Westwood Green Tree area.
And then it is the Steel Plate in Monessen against the Pike Bar and Grill in East Pittsburgh. That is matchup number 2.
Then 12 Whiskey Barbecue on the south side going head-to-head with Archie's, which is also on the south side.
And then lastly, Lucky's Bar and Grill in Willock, which is in Baldwin. I actually had to look that up. And it's going against EB Wings, which is primarily located in Monessen. And so that is one half of the bracket. We are going to reveal the other half, the Talk Pittsburgh half, today at 3 o'clock.
That's right. I cannot wait to see what made on the other side. All right, because you're back and you had a week off, we got to get caught up on what you did during your week.
Okay, I had it flew by, it really
bet it did.
Which is a good sign, I think.
Yeah.
And we're going to begin with some of the students at Point Park University, because my husband Gary teaches there now. And so every year, the musical theater and acting students, they try to get signed by agents. So they have this thing called Showcase. And so I went to the Pittsburgh, they did it a couple times in Pittsburgh before they headed off to New York City for the agents to watch. And then the students literally, it's nail biting time because they're waiting for phone calls after they perform.
Wow.
41 students. It was an hour and 3 minutes. It was so effortless as they went on and off stage again, with each other. Anyway, super talented kids.
Oh, fun.
And then I decided I'm going to join Gary in New York while he's working. I'll be unsupervised so I can go shopping. And I will show you first this. So people go to the new airport, they take pictures of the ceiling with the lights. I took a picture of Yvonne because she is fantastic.
Hi, Yvonne.
She is a PTL viewer. I met 3 of all at once there, and Yvonne, and Yvonne even tracked down Gary when he was going through the airport, and she said, I want a picture with you, Gary. And so he sent me a picture, and I said, I'm not going to be outdone. I'm getting a picture with Yvonne too.
So you tracked her down.
So she found me. She knows her way around there. She's fantastic. And then I want to show you our hotel room.
Okay.
Because, sometimes you book, so Times Square,
Wow.
look up. That building with the balconies, that's where we were. This is what it looked like inside.
Oh my gosh.
I booked this last minute, and I thought this is never going to live up to the pictures.
It did.
It did. And it had a balcony.
Oh my God.
Overlooking 14 stories up. And so it was so cool that Gary said, we have to share this with other people. We totally have to invite people.
Will you send me the link?
So yeah,
Wait, did you have a hotel party?
Yeah, so we had a hotel party.
No.
We ordered room service. We invited some of his Point Park colleagues up. Want to show you the next picture because we also had our friend Patrick Wilson, movie star, and his wife, movie star Dagmara Demenchik, and they're just fantastic. But we had a great group. That's just some of the group we had there. But we had cocktails, and then we headed from there. We went to this late night performance. The students performed again. They were fabulous at this place called 54 Below, this cabaret. It was great. And then I have one, oh, wait, got to show you this. So this is Kat, the student in the middle there.
Yeah.
And this is Minnie in front. This is all her family. So it's Minnie, who is a PTL viewer. She loves us. Angel and Lanice are also in that picture. It was wonderful to meet them all. It really was. And then one last picture. The next night, we went to dinner with, it's so wonderful when you have close friends and, you know, they move away and they used to live in Squirrel Hill, this inn, Stan and Darlene. And you wonder, like, are we going to stay in touch?
Right.
And every time we go to New York, every time they come to Pittsburgh, we totally stay in touch because it's just such a beautiful friendship, and I love them so much.
And what did you eat? Where did you go? Because
it was an Italian place that Darlene found, and actually she based it on, there was a New York Times article, the Italian soccer team went to this place because the food was known to be so authentic.
Like so authentic.
Yeah, so it was fun to try out.
You know, Lila has been begging to go to New York. I think she really wants to go. And when the kids are little, it felt overwhelming to take them someplace where, like, you're trying to keep eyeballs on 3 little ones that are running around.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like we're at a good point now where we could take them to New York. Maybe, gosh, that place looks so fun and fancy.
I was amazed that
I
was all ready to complain to the front desk, like saying, this doesn't look like in the picture. You promised a balcony in the picture, and everything they promised was there. It was like, we've never had a room like that before.
So I wanted to share first a video from me at the hair salon on Friday. Can I just tell you that, I've been talking to Bill, like, I don't want to go back to being blonde. I feel like my hair is finally at this healthy point, but I just wanted to lighten up a little bit for spring, so we added in some highlights. But I'm sitting there and I was like, Bill, now that I'm like back to being a brunette, I feel like I haven't found a good haircut that I just want to stay with.
Yeah.
I feel like like a bob loves me and I don't love a bob. So I'm not really sure I want to do that. And he's like, well, there's this Bixie haircut that everybody's talking about.
So Bixie.
It's a cross between a bob and a pixie. So it's not quite as short as my hair was before, but see, I can still wear it down like a bob, as you can see, and it's just cut in a little bit more. But I
like this when you're flopping it around there. That's so fun.
It's fun. I'm really happy with it. It feels refreshing. It feels light. I feel like I got all that dead weight off, all the ends that were really dead.
In this video, your eyes are popping too.
Well, he has the big panel of windows.
Oh, yeah.
So it really helps when you're shooting, you get that natural light coming in. Doesn't quite look like that all the time. And then Saturday, this is our second year hosting a St. Patrick's Day party at our house. I made a leprechaun punch, which I proclaimed in the very beginning of the afternoon that was not that strong. It was, in fact, more potent than I thought it would be.
What was the main alcohol ingredient?
It was vodka.
Oh, okay, good choice.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you this, because you make your Cosmopolitan. So it was 4 cups of lemonade, 4 cups of orange juice.
Yeah.
A whole 2-liter bottle of lemon lime soda, like a Sprite.
Okay.
Okay. And then it called for 2 cups of vodka, and I was like, that doesn't seem like a good, when you have 10 cups of other liquid. Yeah. That doesn't really seem like a good ratio.
No, I wouldn't think it'd be that strong at that point.
So I added a little bit more.
Oh, there you go.
And then, like, maybe an extra cup, I would say, just so it was like a better ratio.
How much ice was also in the component?
I put a good
because
bit of ice.
Ice can help a lot in, like, softening the blow.
And then blue carousel is what made it green, because you had, like, the orangey, light orangey from the orange juice and the lemonade. But anyways, and it turned out to be very potent. I was in bed by 10 o'clock. It was a wonderful time, though, with our neighbors. We had a great time. We love doing this. And then, David, this is for you.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad this is, and look at the pictures.
So this is, it's a house finch. It has returned several times. I'm assuming it's the same one. It came with a partner not too long ago. And this is the seed. I changed up the seed. Remember when Doug Oster was on and we made the little suet cakes?
Yes, that's what you have in that little
so I have a little
basket.
Because that came with the kit that you got me for Christmas. So so that's the suet. They're not interested in it. What they are interested in is the black, what was it, black sunflower seed, black wax sunflower seed or whatever. Doug was talking about it. He said it's really wonderful. The birds love it. So that's what I put down and they are eating it up.
Now, is that a boy bird?
I think the boys tend to have the brighter
The brighter,
colors.
the red, yeah, because
Yeah.
like I've seen like we have sort of like a beige version of that
Yeah.
size, and then all the red ones.
Yes.
And Gary has told me the red ones are the boys, but
Yeah.
I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, in most mammals, I think that the boys are the ones that are the louder.
Show off to try
Yes.
to like attract a
Yes.
female.
And in humans, it's the opposite. The girls are like, look what I did for you.
Well, it's not always. Just saying.
Well, that's true.
All right.
It's officially spring this week, and while we're all getting excited to get outside, our pets are too. But with a new season comes a whole lot of new dangers for our furry friends.
So here to help us keep them safe is veterinarian Dr. Mike Hutchinson. Dr. Mike, we always love it when you're here. And let's talk about
you.
this first because, I mean, pets, they're ingenious. They find
Yeah.
ways to get out.
Very smart.
I mean, what are some of the funniest or weirdest things that you've seen about how they've escaped?
So one of the craziest ones where it was a breezeway that had 2 doors going in and 2 doors to get to the outside.
Okay.
And the dog went through and hit every handle and got outside. It was like a prison break. It went through all 4 doors. And it was like, when the owner told me about it, he was showing me videos of 2 of the doors. He goes, look at my dog. He's like a human. He goes through and just pushes the handles down.
A lot of smart dogs.
If a door can't keep a dog in, what are you supposed to do?
You have to put in latch locks like
Oh
you do
my
for the
gosh.
kids. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable. Some of these dogs are so smart and they watch you and they learn. You know, they push the garage door opener.
Right. It's
That was
wild.
another
heard
one.
of that?
Yeah, we had
Wild.
another one.
Oh my
And,
gosh. Wow.
Well, one of the other things we want to talk about, because this is a big time, all the pets are going to be out, we know. Can you debunk one myth about flea and tick prevention that you wish would disappear every spring?
Yeah, so there's 2 big myths that I don't like. One is that indoor cats don't need flea treatment, and the second one is that you only need it in the summer. You know, and those are 2 myths that you just need to get rid of. I mean, ticks are present in January, and our tundra weather, people are bringing in their dogs with ticks on them. So, you know, whether they're indoors or outdoors, I would argue those were indoors, but it's still a year-round problem that we need to take care of. And fleas can hitchhike on us, jump on
Right.
us into the house. So that's how indoor cats get infested with fleas.
Yeah.
You know, in the summertime, people say, my cat never goes outdoors.
Right.
How did it get these? And I said,
Right.
well, they have carbon dioxide receptors. They jump on us. We walk in, they jump
And
off,
then they get 'em.
and there they are.
Yeah.
So even Marvin could be susceptible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 fleas multiplying to 200,000 fleas in a month. It's a nightmare. And the people that happens to, they're sitting there screaming at the TV right now, yeah, listen, because it's a nightmare.
Let's go back to dogs getting out of the house. Are there any tips that you have to make sure that they're safe and inside? They don't escape.
Yeah, well, so my biggest tip is make sure you have a microchip because they can't lose that if they get outside. They can lose a collar, they can lose a tag, but a microchip they can't. And every veterinarian, every shelter scans them first.
Yeah.
And most pets, when they get lost, are near their home, but they can't speak. So they end up, you know, getting taken to shelter or somewhere.
Right.
So that would be the one thing. But keeping them indoors, doing your best to, you know, keep them on a leash as you go outside. That's the most important.
And cats too. They also, right, I should bring that up.
Escape
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats are smart, let me tell you. I have a very smart one.
I'm glad they don't have opposing thumbs.
That's right. That's
They'd be in the
right.
pantry all day.
So let's talk about when you're out planting things or cleaning
Yeah.
up, just spring cleaning outside, and maybe your dog wants to be out there with you. They want to run around. That's not always the best idea.
Yeah, you're right. And I always say dogs have 2 stomachs, the regular one and the one that gets into everything they shouldn't get into.
That's
You know,
true.
compost, cocoa mulch, you know, all of the things that that compost I mentioned, but the different bone meal that people use for fertilizers, pesticides. You want to keep all of that away before you bring your dogs out because that's a nightmare. They just are curious and they get right into it with their nose first.
Is there anything that we should lock up before we let them out into the yard?
I would lock up any tools, anything that's sharp,
Okay.
because we get that, unfortunately. Some people like to put in like stainless steel trim or whatever that is, and we have pets that get cut on that. So I don't recommend anything like that.
All right, before we let you go, let's talk about Easter. Let's talk about, like, we know dogs and chocolate do
So
not
much
mix,
yeah.
but what else? What are the
So
things?
the sugar-free candies, think of Tic Tacs. A 20-pound dog could get 3 to 5 Tic Tacs and have a seizure. 3 to 5.
That's not that many.
13 will put them into liver necrosis so they can go into liver failure. So the xylitol is extremely toxic to animals, and people don't realize that. And if they get into it, it's an emergency. You have to call your veterinarian or call the poison control because it is an emergency. I would say that mostly for chocolate and things like Tic Tacs, we would make them vomit immediately, but it's still, I wouldn't make them vomit for everything they get into, because some things could be caustic and you don't want to make, you know, that burn again on the way out.
Okay.
So those are the things I'd be very careful for. And of course the foods, you know, don't let them get into the ham or the, you know, the bones or the,
Even though they might want to.
Yeah.
They are.
My
It's the
dogs will.
second stomach we have to worry about with those doctors.
Exactly.
Thank you, Dr. Mike. Good
You're welcome.
stuff.
Yeah, Dr. Mike Hutchinson of Animal General in Cranberry is a regular PTL contributor, and also look for him on KDKA Radio, and also listen for him on his podcast.
I don't even know how he has time.
I
There's
don't
so
know
much-
either.
so
Yes,
much
he's a
going
very
on.
busy man.
Still to come, what happens when a group known for fighting for people decides to start fighting for fresh food? We're digging into the matchup that's helping grow something pretty special right in our own backyard.
And up next, it is relaxing, it's creative, and apparently it is the hottest craft trend around. Embroidery is trending in a big way. So we're threading the needle and seeing why embroidery is drawing a whole new generation of fans. That's when PTL comes right back. In a world where everything is digital, texts, emails, streaming, people are suddenly flocking to a hobby that involves nothing more than fabric, a needle, and some thread and a nifty machine.
Embroidery pop-ups are the newest creative hangout. So today we are slowing things down and giving it a try. Here to show us how it's done is Emily Kelsch, the woman behind Loops and Littles live embroidery services. So Emily, why do you think these pop-up embroidery things are really taking off?
Yeah, I think it's just because it's so new, but it's so old at the same time.
Yeah.
It's something that I feel like people would love to do as far as you know, sewing, but it's kind of a different aspect of it. And I think personalized things right now are so popular.
So popular, yeah.
You go into any store, even like a Pottery Barn, you have the option to get things personalized, and I just feel like the personalizing things are so hot right now.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are looking for something off their phone.
Yes.
I really do. And you know what? We want to show some of the things you did, and then we'll ask a little bit more about your story. So this right here, you did the numbers and the Pittsburgh on this?
I did.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so the numbers are considered, it's called applique, so it's fabric and sewing. So it's a little bit of both, but I have something even more exciting to show you. So this is for you. And David, this is for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at mine.
So we got
the
some
PTL
pet,
logo.
Yes.
And then you got Marvin over here.
Yes. Pet faces are very popular. Everyone loves to get their pet stitched up. So these are really
So
popular
cute.
for me. I call them the Totally You tote. So you kind of make a tote bag that is all about you and everything you love. So
and
I
look at
wanted
yours.
to, yeah.
That's so fun. Well, and so you're going to show us how this
Yes,
works?
yes.
This is just, it's so neat. And thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's so sweet.
Oh my gosh,
Really is.
absolutely. So yeah,
gonna
it's
put it down.
it's a lot of background things. So a lot of computer work first. So a lot of stuff is already pre-done, but
This is such a
designing
nifty
on the computer, getting the stuff is called digitized. So you assign stitches to a design, but this is called a hoop.
Okay.
This is actually a magnetic hoop, so you put it in here, and a lot of times with different things you use stabilizer too, but with tote bags, it's really thick, so you don't have to.
Oh, so it kind of connects with the magnets.
Yep, it connects
Okay.
like that. So, and then we just put it on the machine.
This is so interesting. And you don't, okay. Oh, wow.
This is a very simple way of doing it.
And so you said everything clicks into place. So you've
Yep.
programmed into here what you want this to do.
Right. So then I
Wait,
kind
I
of,
want to see.
I know.
so then I kind of just put it here. That's like, I'm just gonna do a bow.
And did I see you have like a little mark on the bag? Was that your
Yes.
starting point?
Yeah, so I have this water, it gets rid of markings with water, so then I just mark where I want to start it, and then the machine kind of does its thing. Yeah, so it's really fun.
And for you, you started getting into this because, and I so relate to this, I think so many people out there will.
Yeah.
You just felt like you were kind of getting a little bit lost into motherhood.
Yeah,
right?
for
Like,
sure. That was exactly it. So I had my second daughter, Ava, and I just needed something for me. And you would hear everyone having hobbies, and I'm like, I don't have a hobby. What
Yeah.
can I do?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? I want to know how to sew. And then sewing wasn't quite it, and I'm like, you know what? I got a Facebook Marketplace embroidery machine, started there, and then a year later, I have 3 machines and a business. So,
oh my gosh,
yeah.
that's amazing.
So, and I wish people could see this needle in your little board here
Yeah.
of how you dial things up. But you can see it if you go to one of your pop-ups. Tell us
Yes.
how that works out.
Yeah, so I do pop up at various places. Embroidery has become very popular at private events and baby showers, wedding showers, and weddings. So it's been, I love doing events, and it's becoming a very popular thing.
And now it's done.
It's done.
And you put this cute little bow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know we're out of time, but it's already even cut the thread for you.
Yeah, it's done. Just like that.
It even cut the thread.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep.
Adorable little
Really?
bow.
And that was like what?
A minute.
Like 30 seconds?
Yeah,
Okay,
a minute.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
for being here.
welcome.
And thank you for our bags. This is so sweet of you.
so
It really
Oh my
is.
gosh, of course. I hope you guys can use them.
Oh my, every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
For more info on loops and littles, check out our website because we're going to have a link for you right there.
All right, up next, Batman in Pittsburgh. Well, close. By now, you may have heard Michael Keaton was back in the Berg this weekend. Why he and the Tomlins were honored. That's coming up in Pop Talk Live.
And we're getting a little of everything today in the forecast. Wind, rain, and guess what? Snow this afternoon. Ron is in next to tell us when it will all happen.
All right, it's all downhill from here. We've already seen our high temperature, and by 4 o'clock, I have us down into the mid-30s. Temperatures already just in the 50s right now. We do have some rain showers around. These will be spotty. They'll stick around through around 11 o'clock this morning, and then after that, we'll be looking at a couple of hours. It'll be dry, but you can see just how spotty those showers are right now. Hey, right now it's 55 in Pittsburgh. Again, yeah, you can see the blue right there. Colder weather on the way. Hopefully you didn't forget the jacket as you're heading out this morning. You're certainly going to need it and want it later on today. Here's your outlook. Yeah, we are at 60, but the rest of the day will be falling. We'll be in the 30s by about 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. Even colder weather sticking around. Heads up tomorrow morning. Some snow squalls and slick spots will be possible, at least today, even as the snow starts. We're only looking at wet roads. But tomorrow, slick.
Wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
It's
I know it's
wild.
March in Pittsburgh
Yeah.
and you can expect anything.
Yep.
But to have so many different things all in one day.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's wild.
Yes.
I didn't even get to mention the wind advisory that still goes all the way up until 11.
This
There you
morning,
go.
the windows were rattling. It was
Yeah.
crazy. All right, Ron, thank you.
All right, up next, we like to hear about businesses giving back. That this partnership is taking that idea to the garden. Daisy is showing us how a new collaboration is helping plant the seeds for something meaningful, and it's happening right here in the Berg. That is coming up next.
But first, get your phone or device ready, scan the QR code on your screen now, or go to KDKA.com/connect because we want to know, when do you start gardening this time of year? You'll have another chance to scan when PTL comes right back.
Hey everyone, well today we are here at Grow Pittsburgh where there is a beautiful partnership blooming between them and Edgar Snyder and Associates, because turns out they not only fight for their clients, they're fighting for greener communities here in Pittsburgh as well. And to tell us more about it, we have Gina Zampella here, and it's very cool that you were actually recently named partner, so congratulations to you, Gina.
Thank you so much, Daisy. I'm so happy to be here. I love Grow Pittsburgh. I was fortunate enough within the last couple years to visit some of their gardens and some of the schools out in the area, but this is my first time at the greenhouse and it's so exciting to be here.
Yeah, so of course I've heard that you love plants.
I
We're
do.
both starting to get our green thumb going. But why Grow Pittsburgh? How did this partnership come to be with Edgar Snyder?
Yeah, so Grow Pittsburgh is an amazing opportunity for Edgar Snyder to grow our footprint in our community. We recently expanded to 6 offices across Western Pennsylvania, which is so amazing. And we love to provide nutritious food to people that are in our community, and Grow Pittsburgh does that for us. So the partnership made so much sense. We help our clients on a daily basis, and the ability to not help them with their legal problems, but also to help them with food insecurity or anything like that is amazing.
Such a natural progression. Well,
Yes.
of course, we cannot be here without getting our hands a little dirty. So we're going to go over and talk to Danelle, who is the executive director here. Good to see you, Danelle.
Hi, thanks for being here this morning.
And I love this concept of Grow Pittsburgh. So tell us a little bit about this place.
Yeah, Grow Pittsburgh, we're an urban ag nonprofit, so we teach people how to grow food and promote the benefits visit gardens bring to our neighborhood. So we do that by starting gardens in communities, at schools, and we grow and distribute food to our local communities as well through farm stands, through seedlings and education.
Well, speaking of education, I feel like you need to educate me as well as Gina.
We're at the perfect time to start some of our seeds here as well. So today, we're going to start by preparing our soil here and adding perlite to this helps retain moisture in our seedlings. So just make sure you get your hands in there and get dirty.
The rings are coming off now, so let's get dirty.
Yeah, get dirty as much as possible. The benefits of touching soil is amazing. So we want to make sure we can pour as much in, mix it all up really well. Okay. So we're going to take one of these. Everyone just pull one out.
Okay. Yep, perfect.
And then they're very cute and very smelly. So we're going to take a pot.
Okay.
And so what we want to do is fill up our pots about halfway.
Okay.
And then make a little hole in the middle there and plug my little friend right in.
Love this. Drop it right in.
Right in, and then you want to fill it up and make sure that and we're going to fill up the rest of it here. Pat down a little bit, make sure he's in the center.
Nice and nestled.
Nice and nestled. Nice snug like a bug.
Oh, you're right. It smells so good.
Wow. Okay. So we fill it all the way to the top.
Fill it all the way to the top.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is take a little bit of this vermiculite on top. It prevents algae from growing on top of the soil as we keep it in the greenhouse here at Garden Dreams.
Makes a lot of sense. There you go. Keep them protected.
And then we will plug in a tag so we know when this goes up for sale. When they go home with someone, they'll know what they're getting.
So we know it's English time. I love this so much. And again, congratulations on making partner, but also for this beautiful partnership.
Yes, for sure.
That you have blooming here to help Pittsburgh grow one garden at a time.
We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Well done. All right, let's check on our poll right now. So we asked you, when do you start planting this time of year? Is it right after St. Patrick's Day, after Easter, or after Mother's Day?
And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, a majority of you are saying after Mother's Day. We want to thank Edgar Snyder and Associates for sponsoring today's Straight to the Point conversation. We have a link to them and to Grow Pittsburgh on our website.
You got to make sure you're past all the frost,
That's right? Yes.
Yeah. All right, still to come. Imagine giving a toast at a wedding and AI helped write every word. Is that genius preparation or a social faux pas? Our etiquette expert is here to help us navigate the brand new rules of AI, and some of her answers, well, they might surprise you. That's when PTL comes right back.
Every generation gets a new technology that suddenly changes the way we communicate. The telephone did it, so did email, smartphones. Yeah, they definitely did it. And now artificial intelligence has entered the chat.
Suddenly, people are using AI to help them with, well, everything. But just because we can do it doesn't mean we should do it. That is where our etiquette expert Liz Aquino comes in. This is such an interesting topic, Liz. And let's talk first about some of the pitfalls. Because people think it's easy, it gives you creative ideas, but there are pitfalls.
Right, and academic institutions and workplaces have policies surrounding AI, but we're literally and figuratively left to our own devices when it comes to our social life, when to use AI. So there are several pitfalls. First, keep in mind that it is identifiable. Once your ear is trained to hear for AI, people know you're using it. It's recognizable.
Right.
Secondly, it can be impersonal at the exact wrong time. So at times when human connection is at a premium, AI-generated content can come off as uncaring, generic, soulless. And then another pitfall is because it's a consensus product, it tends to be long-winded. So we're subjecting this captive audience to paragraphs of AI when they're looking for something a little more personal.
So in what specific social settings and occasions would you say do not use AI? And is there like a right time?
Right. So any times that require the personal touch, creativity, emotional depth, you want to steer clear of using AI. Specifically, anything surrounding memorializing a deceased person, like a eulogy, obituary, condolence note, I wouldn't use AI. Relevant to this time of year, I wouldn't use AI in graduation speeches, end of year celebrations, wedding toasts, wedding vows, anything like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about maybe some social situations where you can use it in a positive way. Maybe it can help you out.
Right. So I think AI-generated content can support human communication, not replace it. So I think it's great for brainstorming ideas. Right. Just make sure then you add in your personality after you're done. I think it's great to check grammar and spelling using AI. I know I use it a lot to come up with synonyms for words. So we can't bury our head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. Right. We just have to be careful of how we use it.
Sometimes I think even if you struggle with getting that first line, if you just need help getting started, it might be a good way.
It's a great way to get things started, to get that ball rolling,
So apparently that was written using AI is a new insult being levied at people. But how do you say that was actually me? I did write that.
Right. So it can be really insulting to be accused of using AI. It can feel dehumanizing. So you can go one of two directions. You can either just let that snide comment slide. But if you want to push back, keep it really simple. Just say, oh, no, that was my actual voice. Or you can say something like, when I write, I'm really careful, so it sounds a little different from my spoken voice in my social life. Yeah. So that's why you might have thought it was AI.
Yeah. No, that can make you very angry.
Yeah.
All right, have you used AI for anything?
I do use it a lot for synonyms to come up. If I notice I'm using one word too often, I'll use, what's a synonym for that word? Yeah. So I think it definitely can be used. And again, for brainstorming.
It's interesting. I was talking with someone the other day about this, and they were saying, you know, we fear this AI, but we've been using Alexa and Siri for so long, and those are basically forms of AI. So we've been using it. This is just a new level of it.
Yes, for sure. Definitely use it to support human communication, just not replace it.
Not replace it. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you, Liz.
Can you imagine someone using it for a eulogy?
I know.
You said, don't use it for that.
I know.
Oh my gosh. All right, Liz, you always have great advice. Liz teaches private and group etiquette lessons. For more info, just head to our website. We'll have a link for you right there. All of that.
Well, I know. We're talking about the color green. We covered a lot today, though. AI, manners, spring pet safety, and so much more.
All right, Talk Pittsburgh has a packed day as well. So what are you guys talking about at 3 o'clock?
Okay, so speaking of AI, as we just talked about AI and manners, today at 3, we are digging into something else that has a lot of people talking, the storage. Have you noticed, and I know being on the news, you're probably covering this a lot, the data centers that are popping up in and around our neighborhoods. They're storing our digital stuff, but are they also putting a strain on our power grid and so much more? There are a lot of questions surrounding this. That's going to be one of the topics that we're covering today at 3 on Talk Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and that's a very good topic because a lot of neighborhoods right now are asking questions. What's this going to mean?
I think people just have a lot of questions and they're not sure where to turn. So we'll talk about that. But here on PTL, it's all the time that we have for today. Be sure to watch tomorrow at 9. It is St. Patrick's Day. We know the big parties were this past weekend. We got a head start, though, on Friday, a little Irish celebration. Never hurt anyone. So we're sending Daisy out to an Irish pub to keep the festivities going.
Why not? Plus, we are cooking up a classic from one of the greatest chefs of all time, Julia Child. Yes, this recipe comes straight from her iconic cookbook.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. And we're meeting this month's community hero. All that and more tomorrow at 9 on KDKA and again at 1 on KDKA+.
Make it a great day, Pittsburgh.